What if I told you that a simple 1962 Lincoln penny hiding in your pocket change could be worth up to $2 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single penny could change your life forever. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, yeah, right, it's just a penny, let me warn you, not knowing the value of your coins could mean throwing away a fortune. And trust me, you don't want to be the person who spends a rare coin at the gas station for a candy bar. Stay with me until the end because I'm about to reveal exactly what makes this penny worth millions, and how to check if you have one sitting in your home right now. Picture this, it's 1962. The world is changing fast, JFK is president, and the U.S. Mint is producing billions of pennies. Most of them are ordinary, but a tiny fraction contains rare errors and unique features that make them insanely valuable today. Here's where things get interesting. Not all 1962 pennies are created equal. Some were struck with errors so rare that collectors will pay insane amounts to own one. So, what are these errors? And how do you know if your 1962 penny is worth more than just 1 cent? Before we dive in, let's play a quick game. If you had a rare coin worth $2 million, what's the first thing you'd buy? A mansion? A dream vacation? Or just a solid gold bathtub because, why not? Let me know in the comments. Okay, back to business. There are 3 key signs that your 1962 Lincoln penny could be a goldmine. Look for double dies, off-center strikes, or over-mint marks. Coins graded MS-67 or higher can command staggering prices. Some pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, making them ultra-rare. And here's the crazy part, most people have no idea what they're looking for. Which means, your fortune could be sitting in a jar of spare change right now, but how do you know if your penny is genuinely valuable? Because let's face it, not all 1962 pennies will make you a millionaire. Some are worth just a few bucks, while others can skyrocket into the 6 or 7-figure range. Here's the final and most crucial step. If you think you have a valuable 1962 Lincoln penny, you need to get it professionally graded. Organizations like PCGS and NGC can authenticate your coin and give it an official grade. This is what separates a $10 penny from a $2 million penny. Rare coin prices fluctuate, and collectors are always hunting for hidden gems. If you own one of these rare pennies, you could be sitting on a life-changing payday. And here's where it gets even better. I've put together a free guide to help you spot valuable coins in your collection. Click the link in the description and start hunting for hidden treasure today. Imagine checking your old piggy bank tonight and discovering a penny worth millions. What would you do? Well, that reality might be closer than you think, so start searching now, and I'll see you in the next video where we uncover. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old penny, and realizing, it's worth $4 million. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you it's already happened? People just like you have found rare pennies hiding in plain sight, and today, you might just be one of them. So, before you spend another cent, listen up, because that little copper coin in your drawer could be your ticket to life-changing wealth. Picture this, you're sifting through your old coin collection, maybe even a jar of pennies collecting dust. You spot a 1964 Lincoln penny. You think nothing of it, until you hear what I'm about to say. The 1964 Lincoln penny isn't just another old coin. Some of these pennies, due to rare minting errors and high demand, have sold for staggering amounts, up to $4 million. Yes, millions for a penny. But why? What makes it so valuable? Here's the deal, not all 1964 pennies are worth millions. But a select few have unique features that set them apart, errors, misprints, and rare compositions that collectors will pay an absolute fortune for. And no, before you rush to your couch cushions, not every 1964 penny is a golden ticket. Otherwise, we'd all be driving Lamborghinis bought with pocket change. Some 1964 pennies were mistakenly double-struck, have off-center prints, or even include rare die variations. These errors make them incredibly valuable. A few rare 1964 pennies were accidentally struck on silver planchets instead of copper. If you find one of these, congratulations, you just hit the jackpot. If your penny is uncirculated and graded MS-67 or higher, collectors are willing to pay astronomical prices. Many people don't even realize they have one of these ultra-rare pennies. They unknowingly spend them, losing out on millions. But wait, how do you know if you have one of these rare pennies? Don't go anywhere, because in just a moment, I'll reveal exactly how to identify a $1 million penny in your own collection. Alright, let's talk about how to check your pennies for potential fortune. Here's what you need to do: check the date and mint mark, look for the 1964 D. This is your first clue. Examine for errors, use a magnifying glass to inspect for doubling, off-center prints, or die cracks. Test the metal. If you suspect it's silver instead of copper, get it weighed. A silver-struck penny will be noticeably heavier. Get it graded. If you think your penny might be rare, don't guess, get it professionally graded. The higher the grade, the higher the payout. What if you've had a small fortune sitting in your home this entire time? The people who cash in on rare pennies aren't necessarily coin collectors, they're everyday people who take the time to check. And let's be real, wouldn't you rather know if you've got a $4 million treasure before you accidentally spend it on a cup of coffee? So, check your pennies now. And if you want more tips on valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next rare coin jackpot could be waiting for you. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. Who knows, you might just inspire someone to discover their own hidden fortune. Imagine stumbling across an old penny in your drawer, a simple 1968 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Just another piece of loose change, right? Wrong. This tiny coin could be worth up to $5 million. Yes, you heard that right, millions from a single penny. Pause for a second. What if I told you that millions of Americans are unknowingly holding on to life-changing wealth? Pennies they toss aside, stuff in jars, or even hand to a cashier without a second thought. Some of these coins are rare treasures, but here's the catch: if you don't know what to look for, you might just give away a fortune. Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what makes this 1968 no-mark Lincoln penny so valuable, how to identify it, and most importantly, how you can cash in on this golden opportunity before it's too late. Oh, and before we dive in, quick question: when was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? Be honest. If you're like most people, probably never. And that's exactly why so many people miss these hidden gems. Let's talk about why this penny is worth millions. In 1968, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most coins have a small mint mark, a tiny letter stamped under the date. But, some 1968 pennies were struck without a mint mark due to a rare minting error or an unintentional release of test coins. Here's where things get really interesting. These no-mark Lincoln pennies are nearly impossible to find, but when they do surface, collectors and investors go crazy for them. A recent auction saw one of these pennies sell for over $1 million. And experts predict that with inflation and rising interest in rare coins, the next big sale could hit the $5 million mark. Now, I know what you're thinking: okay, but how do I know if I have one? First, grab any 1968 penny you have and check below the date. If you see a small D or S, it's a standard coin. But if there's an O mark, jackpot, you might have a winner. Second, check the condition. The more flawless the coin, the higher its value. Even a slightly worn one can be worth tens of thousands. Lastly, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Because trust me, when you're talking about a coin worth millions, you don't want to take any chances. And just when you think this couldn't get any crazier, guess what? There's an even bigger secret that could boost your coin's value even further. But before I reveal that, let's take a quick reality check. Are you sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that a coin sitting in your house is your ticket to financial freedom. That old penny jar. It could be your retirement plan. A simple coin could mean a new home, a dream vacation, or a life without financial stress. But here's the harsh truth: most people will never check. They'll never take the 5 minutes to look through their change. And because of that, they'll never know what they missed. Go check your pennies now. Seriously, go look. If you find a 1968 no-mark Lincoln penny, get it verified immediately. Because the clock is ticking, and with coin values skyrocketing, your chance to cash in might not last forever. If you want to learn more about rare coins that could be worth millions, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got even bigger secrets coming that you won't want to miss. What would you do if you found a $5 million penny? Drop your answer in the comments below. I can't wait to see what you'd do with your newfound fortune. What if I told you a single penny could be worth up to $6 million? Sounds crazy, right? But imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old coin, and realizing it could change your life forever. The 1970 D. Mark Abraham Lincoln penny is making headlines, and if you have one, you might be sitting on a fortune. But there's a catch: most people don't even know what to look for. Stick with me because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this rare coin and, more importantly, how to sell it for the highest possible price. Picture this: a coin collector casually browsing a flea market, digging through a pile of old pennies. He spots a 1970 D. Lincoln penny, pays a few cents for it, and later finds out it's worth millions. How? Because it wasn't just any penny, it had a rare error that made it one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Now, before you go running to check your coin jars, let me tell you why this particular penny is worth so much. The 1970 D. Mark Lincoln penny has a unique double die error, making it incredibly rare. This mistake during the minting process created a slight but valuable imperfection. Collectors go crazy for these errors, and the rarer they are, the higher the price tag. Here's where things get really exciting. You might be wondering, how do I know if my penny is the real deal? Great question. Here's what to look for: the double die obverse. Look closely at the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If the letters appear slightly doubled, you might be holding a fortune. The Denver Mint mark. The coin should have a small d below the date 1970. Weight and condition. High-value pennies usually weigh about 3.11 grams, and the better the condition, the higher the price. But wait, before you rush to eBay or your local pawn shop, here's a shocking fact. Many people sell their rare pennies for far less than they're worth because they don't know where to sell them properly. And that's exactly why you need to stick around for the final part of this video. Now that you know what to look for, let's talk about how to cash in. You have several options. Professional coin dealers. Reputable coin dealers can verify authenticity and give you a proper valuation. Online auctions. Platforms like Heritage Auctions and Stax Bowers specialize in rare coins and can attract serious bidders. Coin shows and expos. These events bring collectors and investors together, creating a competitive market where you can get top dollar for your penny. Here's the biggest mistake people make: they rush to sell their coins without getting them professionally appraised. Imagine handing over $1 million penny for a couple $100 just because you didn't do your research. Don't be that person. Now, here's the $1 million question: what if you actually have one of these rare pennies sitting in your home right now? Would you know how to sell it? Would you know how to avoid scammers and lowball offers? In my next video, I'm revealing the top 3 places to sell your rare coins for maximum profit and how to negotiate like a pro. Don't miss out. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never leave money on the table. Remember, fortunes are found in the most unexpected places. Your next big payday might be hiding in your pocket. Check your coins, and I'll see you in the next video. What if I told you that a simple penny, a coin you've probably walked past on the street or tossed in a jar, could be worth up to $1 million? That's right, a single penny could change your life forever. But not just any penny. This is the ultra-rare, elusive 1971 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny. And if you own one, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. But here's the catch: most people don't even realize they have one. Could you be one of them? Stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to identify this rare penny, how much it's worth in today's market, and how to cash in on it before it's too late. Oh, and don't make the mistake of spending it on coffee. That could be the most expensive latte of your life. Now, before we dive into what makes this penny so valuable, let me ask you, when was the last time you actually checked the coins in your pocket? Probably never, right? Well, that changes today. Because this isn't just about a penny, it's about unlocking hidden wealth that's right under your nose. So, what makes the 1971 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny so special? Let's break it down. This penny was minted without a mint mark, meaning it lacks the small letter that tells you where it was produced. This no S or no mark variety is extremely rare, so rare that collectors are willing to pay a fortune to get their hands on one. Some of these pennies have sold for 5 figures, while others have reached jaw-dropping 6 and even 7 figures at auction. Imagine paying for a vending machine snack with one of these pennies, and realizing later you gave away $1 million for a bag of chips. Yikes. But here's where it gets even crazier. Not all 1971 pennies are valuable, most are worth just 1 cent. So how do you know if you have the rare one? There's one specific detail that makes all the difference. And I'll reveal that in just a second. Alright, moment of truth. To find out if you have a 1971 no-mark Lincoln penny worth life-changing money, here's what you need to look for. Second, look closely at the area under the date. If there's no mint mark, no S or D, you might have something special. Third, examine the coin's condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Some pristine versions have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, here's why this is time-sensitive. Rare coin values are skyrocketing. Collectors and investors are snatching up valuable coins faster than ever. If you don't check your coins now, you might miss out on your golden opportunity. Don't let someone else cash in on what could be your financial breakthrough. So, do you have a 1971 no-mark Lincoln penny in your collection? Check your coin jars, your old piggy banks, even that junk drawer full of spare change. If you find one, get it appraised immediately. And if you want more tips on how to find rare, valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't believe what other pennies are worth a fortune. Now tell me, if you found one of these pennies and sold it for $1 million, what's the first thing you'd buy? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Happy hunting. Imagine holding a penny in your hand, just a regular old coin, right? But what if I told you that one specific penny from 1975, without a mint mark, could be worth up to $3 million? Yes, you heard that right. And the craziest part? You might already have it sitting in your change jar. Before you go digging through your couch cushions, stay with me until the end because I'll reveal exactly how to identify this rare coin, why collectors are paying a fortune for it, and what to do if you find one. You don't want to miss this. Back in 1975, the U.S. Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them had small mint marks, either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But a rare few slipped through the cracks with no mint mark at all. These coins were struck in Philadelphia but never labeled, making them an anomaly, an error that now commands millions in the collector's market. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. Many of these pennies were circulated just like any other coin. That means they could be anywhere, in an old piggy bank, at the bottom of a forgotten drawer, or even in your pocket right now. Think about that for a second. You might have unknowingly spent a fortune on a cup of coffee. Why is this coin so valuable? Well, collectors go crazy for mistakes like this. The rarer the coin, the higher the demand, and the fewer there are in existence, the more the price skyrockets. In 2023, a single 1975 no-mark Lincoln penny in pristine condition sold for over $3 million at auction. And the demand isn't slowing down. As more collectors hunt for these coins, their value is expected to climb even higher. But here's the kicker, these pennies are disappearing fast. Every day, more are lost, damaged, or mistakenly spent. If you don't check now, you might miss your chance forever. Now, here's how you can check if you have a 1975 no-mark Lincoln penny worth millions. Grab a magnifying glass and examine any 1975 pennies in your collection. Look closely for a mint mark under the date. If you see a D or an S, sorry, that's not the one we're looking for, but if there's no mint mark at all, congratulations, you might have just hit the jackpot. Now, before you start celebrating, you'll need to verify your coin's condition. The better the shape, the higher the value. Reach out to a professional coin appraiser or auction house to get an expert opinion. Don't wait too long, though, prices are climbing, and you don't want to be the person who finds $1 million penny but sells it for pocket change. What if I told you there's another penny from a different year that's just as valuable, and most people overlook it completely? If you want to know which one it is, stick around and check out my next video. It could change your life. Now, go check your coins, because your fortune might be hiding in plain sight. What if I told you that a single penny in your pocket right now could be worth up to $7 million? Sounds crazy, right? But there's one ultra-rare 2004 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny that collectors are fighting to get their hands on, and it could be hiding in your coin jar right now. Stick with me, because I'm about to show you how to spot one and why it could change your life forever. Before you start flipping over every penny you own, let's dive into what makes this coin worth millions and how you can cash in. But fair warning, once you hear this, you may never look at pocket change the same way again. So, what makes this penny so valuable? Unlike regular 2004 pennies, this one was struck without a mint mark. That means no little D for Denver, no S for San Francisco, and no P for Philadelphia. A minting error so rare that collectors are willing to shell out millions just to own one. Imagine turning a single penny into a luxury car, a dream vacation, even a mansion. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? But this is very real. Experts believe only a handful of these coins exist, making them one of the rarest modern pennies ever discovered. And the price? Brace yourself. One of these was recently valued at over $7 million. But here's the big question. How do you know if you have one? Because the key detail isn't just the missing mint mark. If you have a 2004 penny, flip it over. Look closely at the back. You need to check for a double die error, an overlapping imprint that makes the coin even more valuable. And if you see it, congratulations, you might be holding a multi-million-dollar fortune in your hand. I know, it sounds unbelievable. But auctions are proving this is no joke. And if you're lucky enough to own one, collectors will pay top dollar. The market for rare coins is exploding, and demand for Lincoln pennies has never been higher. But here's the catch, these prices won't last forever. The window of opportunity is closing fast. So, check your pennies now before it's too late. If you think you have one of these rare pennies, don't sit on it, get it authenticated immediately. And if you want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Your fortune could be waiting. Are you ready to find it? What if I told you that a single 1978 Lincoln penny, yes, a penny, could be worth over $1 million? Sounds crazy, right? But it's true. A rare 1978 Lincoln penny with NO mint mark has been recently valued at $1.1 million. And the best part? You could have one sitting in your old coin jar, your pocket change, or even an inherited collection. Stay with me, because today, I'll show you exactly what to look for, how to check your pennies, and how to sell them for the highest price possible. So, what makes this 1978 Lincoln penny so special? Most pennies from 1978 were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a rare error coin was produced, without a mint mark. This means no tiny D or S under the date. Here's the shocking part, these no mint mark pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, making them extremely rare. Only a few have been discovered, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Now, let's get to the exciting part, how you can find one. Look at the year, must be 1978. If there's no mint mark, you may have a rare coin. Look for special features. The coin should have a copper red color. It must be in good condition. Some have a slight doubling effect on letters or numbers. Professional grading increases value and buyer confidence. Find the right buyer. Coin auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stax Bowers can fetch top dollar. You can also list it on eBay or contact professional collectors. Warning: avoid selling to random coin shops without proper appraisal. Some may underpay. Imagine turning a simple penny into over $1 million. This is why checking your change is so important. So, take a few minutes today, search your old coin jars, drawers, or inherited collections. You could be holding a fortune and not even know it. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Also, share this with friends who love collecting coins. Imagine finding a simple penny in your pocket, a coin so rare, so valuable, that collectors are willing to pay up to $6 million for it. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you this isn't just a dream, it's happening right now? There's one specific 1977 Lincoln penny that could change your life forever, and you might already have it sitting in your drawer. In 1977, millions of pennies were struck, but not all were created equal. Some carried a crucial, almost invisible error, one that makes them worth a fortune today. The key? The missing mint mark. That's right. A tiny missing letter can mean the difference between a regular penny and a multimillion-dollar windfall. Before you rush to check your piggy bank, let's break it down. Mint marks indicate where a coin was produced. Most 1977 pennies have a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But a select few? No mint mark at all. And that's what makes them incredibly rare, but here's the catch: not every 1977 no mint mark penny is worth millions. There are specific signs and conditions that can skyrocket its value. And I'm about to tell you exactly what to look for. Now, here's where things get exciting, and a little nerve-wracking. The value of these rare pennies has been steadily climbing. Just last year, a near-perfect condition 1977 no mint mark penny sold for an astonishing $6 million at auction. And experts predict prices will continue to soar. So, how do you know if you have the golden ticket hiding in your change jar? First, check the obverse. Look at the date. Does it have a mint mark below the year? If not, you could be holding on to something priceless. Second, condition is everything. A coin in mint, uncirculated condition is far more valuable than a worn one. Think of it like baseball cards: the better the condition, the higher the price. And third, this is a big one: get it authenticated. Don't just assume you've struck gold. Professional grading can mean the difference between a few $100 and millions. Imagine selling a penny for more money than most people make in a lifetime. But here's the twist: there's a ticking clock. As more of these rare coins are discovered, the market could shift, and prices may fluctuate. That means hesitation could cost you dearly. Okay, by now, some of you are already digging through your couch cushions. But let's be honest, when was the last time you even looked at a penny? If you're like most people, you probably drop them in a jar and forget about them. Well, today, that jar might just hold your $1 million ticket. So, what's your next move? First, check your pennies. You never know, you might be sitting on a fortune. Second, if you find one, don't rush to sell it to the first buyer. Get it graded and appraised by a reputable numismatic expert. Third, remember that patience pays. The value of rare coins continues to rise, and those who hold on to them could see even bigger paydays in the future. Don't worry. There are still treasure hunts to be had. Coin roll hunting, estate sales, and online auctions are all great places to look for rare finds. The key is knowing what to search for. So tell me, are you going to let this opportunity slip through your fingers, or are you ready to take action and change your financial future forever? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more rare coin discoveries that could make you rich. There's one more coin from the 1970s that's even rarer than this one. And it could be hiding right under your nose. Want to know which one? Stick around for the next video, where I reveal another hidden treasure that could be worth even more than this $6 million penny. Imagine this: you're sorting through a jar of old coins, and you stumble upon a penny. Just 1 cent, right? But what if I told you that this one specific penny could be worth up to $5 million? That's right, a 1973 D. Lincoln penny that could turn your pocket change into life-changing wealth. But here's the kicker, most people have no idea they might be holding one right now. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what makes this penny so special, how to check if you have one, and most importantly, how to cash in on it before someone else does. Now, why is this little coin commanding such an insane price in today's market? Well, in 1973, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different materials for pennies, considering shifting away from copper due to rising costs. While most pennies were made with copper, a handful were struck in aluminum as test pieces. These aluminum pennies were supposed to be destroyed, but a few mysteriously escaped into circulation, and here's where it gets wild. One of these rare pennies sold for over $200,000 at auction. But recently, collectors and investors have driven the price up to an astonishing $5 million. That's a life-changing amount of money for a coin that could be hiding in your piggy bank right now. Now, let me ask you this. How often do you actually check your spare change? If you're like most people, probably not that often. But after today, you might start looking at pennies a little differently. Here's what you need to check right now. Look for the 1973 D Mint mark, located under the year on the coin. Normal pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, but the valuable aluminum versions are much lighter, around 0.93 grams. The color is also a dead giveaway. If it looks silvery, almost like a dime, you might have hit the jackpot. Now, here's the urgent part. If you do have one, don't rush to spend it or sell it to just anyone. Some dealers might lowball you, offering a fraction of its true value. Instead, get it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, and then auction it off where collectors are willing to pay top dollar. And before you go, here's something to think about. What if you have more rare pennies lying around? What if your grandparents' coin collection or that old jar in the attic is worth millions? Would you be okay with letting that kind of money slip through your fingers? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because in our next video, I'll reveal another rare penny that's turning everyday people into millionaires. Don't miss out, your fortune could be waiting for you. So, what's the first thing you're going to do after watching this? Dig through your old pennies? Let me know in the comments. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, that tiny copper coin sitting in your drawer, could be worth up to $4 million? Imagine finding one, cashing it in, and instantly changing your life. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's a reality for a select few who know what to look for. And today, I'm going to reveal the shocking truth about the no mint mark 1967 Lincoln penny and why collectors are going absolutely crazy over it. But pay close attention, because missing a single detail could mean losing out on life-changing money. Why this penny is so special. Let's start with a quick history lesson, but don't worry, I promise this won't feel like school. In 1967, the U.S. Mint was experimenting due to a coin shortage. To speed up production, they removed mint marks entirely, meaning no pennies from that year have a D or S mark. Sounds like it should make them common, right? Wrong. Because of a rare minting error, a tiny batch of these pennies came out with unique features that make them worth a fortune today. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay, but how do I know if I have one? Great question. And trust me, you don't want to miss what I'm about to tell you next. How to identify this rare penny. Alright, here's where things get exciting, and a little nerve-wracking. Because if you've ever held a 1967 penny in your hands, you might be sitting on a goldmine and not even know it. The valuable ones weigh slightly different from the regular ones. Experts use precision scales to check, look for doubling on the lettering or unusual marks. These flaws can skyrocket the value. If your penny is uncirculated or has a deep red hue, you might be in for a major payday. But wait, how much are we talking? Well, that's where things get wild. The shocking market value and how to sell it right now. Serious collectors are shelling out thousands, sometimes even millions, for these rare 1967 Lincoln pennies. In fact, one sold for nearly $4 million at auction. Yes, $4 million, for a penny.so, what should you do if you think you have one? Here's your game plan. Scrubbing it with anything can reduce its value significantly. Get it authenticated. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can confirm its legitimacy. Find the right buyer. Auctions, rare coin dealers, and even online marketplaces can connect you with high-paying collectors. Now, I have to warn you, scammers are out there, ready to take advantage of unsuspecting sellers. So before you do anything, you need to know the biggest mistake that could cost you thousands, or even millions. I'll reveal that in my next video, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. And before you go, check your pocket change. You just might be holding your ticket to a millionaire lifestyle. Imagine reaching into your pocket, pulling out an old penny, and realizing it's worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because today, we're talking about one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln pennies in existence, the 1963 no-mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This unassuming little coin has sold for up to $3 million, and if you have one, you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Picture this: a coin collector stumbles upon an ordinary-looking 1963 Lincoln penny at an estate sale. He pays just a few cents for it, not realizing he's holding a multi-million-dollar treasure. Later, after a detailed inspection, numismatists confirm that this rare penny is missing the mint mark, an error that turns it into a once-in-a-lifetime find. But why does a missing mint mark make a coin worth millions? And how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies hiding in your change jar? Stick around, because in just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what to look for, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. Here's the deal: most 1963 pennies have a mint mark indicating where they were produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But in rare cases, the mint mark was accidentally left off, creating an extremely valuable error coin. The fewer there are, the higher the price. And right now, demand is at an all-time high. Let's talk numbers. Recently, one of these rare pennies sold for over $3 million at auction. That's not a typo, $3 million. Even lower-graded versions of this coin can fetch thousands. Think about that for a second. A penny that once bought a stick of gum is now worth more than a mansion. Now, I know what you're thinking: okay, but how do I know if I have one of these rare pennies? Great question. I'm about to walk you through a step-by-step method to check your coins, so you don't accidentally give away a small fortune. First, grab any 1963 pennies you have and look for the mint mark, which is usually below the date. If there's no letter, you might have a rare coin. But don't go spending that fortune just yet. You'll need to check its condition, weight, and other key details before confirming its true value. Get it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin and give it an official value. But here's the catch: if you sell to the wrong buyer, you could lose out on thousands, or even millions. I'll tell you exactly where to sell your penny for maximum profit in just a second, but first, do you think you might have a rare 1963 no-mark Lincoln penny? Drop a comment below and let me know. Now, let's talk about the safest, most profitable way to sell your rare penny. Many collectors fall into traps: selling too soon, trusting the wrong buyers, or not getting proper certification. To make sure you don't lose out, watch my next video where I break down the best-selling strategies, insider tips, and secret auctions that can get you the absolute highest payout. Trust me, you don't want to miss this, so hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and check your pockets, because your next penny could be worth millions. Imagine this: you're digging through an old jar of pennies, something you've had sitting in your attic for years. You pull out a dusty, worn-out coin and think, just another penny. But wait, what if I told you that tiny copper piece in your hand could be worth up to $2 million? That's right. A single 1952 U.S. Lincoln penny could change your life overnight. Don't believe me? Stick around, because I'm about to show you exactly how to tell if you're sitting on a fortune. A man from California found an old penny in his grandfather's coin collection. He was about to toss it into a Coinstar machine when he decided to do a quick search online. That search led him to a rare discovery. His 1952 Lincoln penny was one of the rarest error coins in existence. Days later, he was sitting at an auction, watching in shock as collectors bid up his worthless coin to nearly $2 million. Now, before you rush to check your pockets, let's break down exactly why this coin is so valuable and how you can cash in on it. So, what makes this penny so special? The 1952 Lincoln penny is valuable for several reasons: rare mint errors. Some of these pennies were struck with off-center designs, double dies, or even on the wrong metal planchets. Limited mintage. Compared to other years, fewer 1952 pennies were produced, making them harder to find. Pristine condition. Coins graded MS65 or higher are the real jackpot. If you've got a well-preserved penny, your chances of a big payday just skyrocketed. Have you ever checked the fine details on your old coins? If not, you could be walking past a life-changing fortune every day. Let that sink in for a moment. Okay, let's be real. How many times have you picked up a penny and thought, why even bother? But what if skipping that coin meant missing out on a new house, a luxury car, or an early retirement? Let's make a deal. Next time you see a penny, you promise to check it. Deal? Alright, let's move on. Now that you know why the 1952 Lincoln penny is so valuable, let's talk about how you can find one and sell it for maximum profit. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on the letters or numbers. Look for an off-center strike or unusual metal tone. If you think you have a rare coin, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A higher grade means a higher value. Avoid pawn shops. Instead, sell through online auctions, coin dealers, or major coin shows where collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Now, you might be wondering, what if I have another rare penny sitting in my collection worth even more than this? Well, you're in luck, because in my next video, I'm revealing the top 5 rare pennies worth up to $5 million. You won't want to miss it. Before you rush off to check your pennies, make sure to hit that like button if you found this information valuable. And if you're serious about turning your coin collection into a goldmine, subscribe now so you never miss an update. Now go check your pennies, and maybe, just maybe, you're about to become a millionaire. Imagine checking your pocket change and realizing you're holding a tiny piece of copper worth $7 million. Sounds crazy, right? Well, stay with me, because today, we're uncovering the shocking truth behind the 2006 Mark Abraham Lincoln penny and why collectors are going absolutely wild over it. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in if you're lucky enough to have one. Pennies. We toss them in jars, leave them in our car's cup holders, or even ignore them on the ground. But what if I told you one of these overlooked little coins could make you a multimillionaire overnight? That's exactly what happened when collectors discovered a rare error in the 2006 Lincoln penny, sending its value skyrocketing. Now, before you rush to check your wallet, let me tell you why this particular penny is so valuable. It all comes down to a rare minting error, one so unique that it has transformed an ordinary penny into a $7 million treasure. But here's the catch: only a few of these exist. So, what exactly makes this penny special? Let's dive in. And no, before you ask, it's not made of gold, nor does it have a hidden treasure map on the back. But I promise, it's just as exciting. The 2006 Mark Abraham Lincoln penny became legendary due to a rare double die error. This means the coin was struck twice during the minting process, creating a visible doubling effect on Lincoln's features, the date, and even the words, "In God We Trust." This tiny mistake makes collectors and investors lose their minds, and their wallets, over it. Now, let's talk numbers. A standard 2006 penny. Barely worth 1 cent. But one of these rare error coins. It recently sold for an eye-watering $7 million at auction. And here's the kicker: experts believe there are still a few of these pennies out there, waiting to be discovered. That's right, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. But wait, how do you know if you have one of these hidden gems? Well, before you start digging through every jar of change in your house, let me show you exactly what to look for. If you want to strike it rich, here's what you need to do. If you see any doubling on Lincoln's face, the date, or the words around the coin, you might have a jackpot in your hands. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Some details are almost invisible to the naked eye. A $10 investment in a magnifying tool could turn into a $1 million payday. You need experts to authenticate your coin's rarity. Look for services like PCGS or NGC to grade and certify your penny. Online auction houses, private collectors, and coin shows are your best bet for cashing in. Now, here's the $1 million question. Could you be the next person to cash in on a rare 2006 D penny? There's only one way to find out. Start searching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I'll be revealing more hidden coin treasures that could be worth millions. You don't want to miss out. And if you've ever found a rare coin before, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a piggy bank to crack open. See you in the next one.